Hello, everybody. Is my micro is correct? Do you hear me? Perfect, thank you. I will wait 1 minute again. So let me know if there's something wrong. I'm not a professional of streaming. The goal tonight is to present you LotAtc Generator and Editor. I know there's a lot of people that ask me. It will not be a long stream, but I hope it will be respond to your questions about that. Up. Just learn some LotAtc. Okay. Hi, Humphreys. Hi, Logan. Thanks to be here. The current view is not with a generator, but with a DCS. Just for have something to show. And it's not the new map engine. I will not present it tonight, but it will come later, I hope. Thank you, Zabi. Very, very happy to very kind for you. It's not easy to work on LotAtc every day, but I'm very happy to see that it's used and make people happy. It's a long time I work on that. I start in 2006. Next year it will be 20 years of working. It's incredible. Oh, great. We are far from the first product. There was a lot of evolution. As a long time ago, when I start, I doesn't know what is a controller, AGC or the GCI. I need to learn that and to build something that is approaching to the reality. 20 years later, we have LotAtc. I'm very proud of that. Well, we will start to talk about the main thing. Tonight we will talk about LotAtc Generator and Editor, of course. The goal is to present you why I do these softwares and what you can do with that. It's not the mainstream, of course. It's a niche in the niche. But I think it's quite interesting for some people in some use. The history of the LotAtc generator is very simple. I built LotAtc for DCS, so a long time ago. And in 2019, when I start to work all time on LotAtc, I was approaching by the French Navy that searched to have a tool to help them to learn their students on CGI first, and they don't want to use DCS because to have a good control with DCS you need to have real pilot, real human, and it takes lots of people. It's not the cheapest way also. So they asked me if I can do something to have a tactical situation in LotAtc client with another tool. And I say, why not? We can try. So I began to work on the LotAtc generator. That it's a standalone product. There's no need of DCS at all. It's totally splitted from that. And I build a tool that's a very simple way, like DCS. There is an editor, LotAtc editor, and you can build, you can create a scenario, a mission, and then you run it with a LotAtc generator, a server, standalone application, and then you connect with a LotAtc client on it. So that's all. That's the simple things and the start of that product. So at the start, it's a professional product, and it has evolved a lot since. But I would like to propose it to you, to all gamers, because I think there's something to do with that outside the professional use. So I released the LotAtc generator for public, and it's restrictive. We can talk about that later, but you can do a lot of things start, and we will see that today. So here is the view of LotAtc with DCS. We will disconnect and we will start to talk about. So firstly, simple way to get it, you can download it as a LotAtc client. You can install it in parallel of LotAtc client and DCS. And you need, of course, a client license or an advanced license, but you also need a license for the generator part. This because it needs some development, and that's the reason of the price. But you have LotAtc editor freely with that. So you need only one license, and you have both generator and editor. Then you can connect with your client or your advanced. So with the client, you can see the tactical situation. It's quite limited because you cannot interact with the units. With advanced, we will see that we can interact easily with that. So let's go to see that. Once you install LotAtc generator, it's the same way than you have with other software of LotAtc. You have generator folder where you put the license you receive, same way that you have in LotAtc client. So it's the same functionality. And once you get that, you have register your generator and your editor. So here. So it's not the more sexiest UI in the world because it's a server. I repeat, there's no view except the configuration. The main work inside is the engine. So inside you have the same engine that LotAtc server for DCS. It runs the same simulation, the same radar simulation. If you know of working LotAtc server and the configurator, you will find the same things here with the same value in the same way to work with two parts, configuration and profile. So it works like the same way inside. There's no a lot difference. The main difference is where you get the data. For LotAtc server, you get the data from DCS world. There's a lot of plumbing in Lua to get and retrieve the most possible data from the simulator. Here we have not DCS or everything else, so you need to have your own data. For that, I provide a database with some units. There's not a lot of units because it's the goal is that everyone can make its own database. For professional, it's important because they have some restricted securities. So I don't provide a lot of units, but here are some units I provide in the directory. So you have here an example. It's really simple way. You can open any file. It's accessible. It's not binary. It's only JSON. And here you will find a lot of data. The type, detection of RWR, the RCS, the radar, parameters, etc., data link, etc. So you have that for every unit and also for airport. For example, here I have Senaki. So it's very simple, and everything is working with some JSON value. But it's kind of complex to edit manually, so you can edit it with the LotAtc editor. So LotAtc editor is a free app delivered with LotAtc Generator. It's the same license. It's quite it shares a lot of things with LotAtc client. As you see, it's the same way. You can see that you can move that. It's the new version of the 2.5.0. It's a great feature, finally. Thanks, Flyoker. Good GCI. Be calm with the pilot. They don't see everything. They see nothing generally. So you need to be the angel. So back to editor. So there is the map. It's the same way that in client you can change the map, etc., etc. So I will not go there. You can edit draw also. There is to go to the LotAtc editor. The database we will talk before is the UI that allow change the JSON files. So you will find here all the data and a new UI to modify all JSON. And once you modify something, you can save it and it saved the JSON. So it's an easy way to modify the database. How it works is very simple. In fact, in LotAtc, every unit has default value, and you can, for each value, each entry, modify and overload the default value. For example, here I don't set the call sign, so there is a default call sign. It's void by default. If I want it, I can change that and set I want magic, for example, and save it. So the next time I use this, I will have a call sign automatically called magic. It's the same way for everything. So you have here the default value for the performance of the unit. So you have the turn rate, the ground speed, the climb speed, and there is different level. The economic, the standard, the optimum, and a maximum. The maximum is for the hard turn, etc., etc. Optimum is when you are speedy. Over, you use standard and in eco mode here. So during when you drive a unit, you will be able to choose which one you want. And there is a lot of things, default speed, default altitude, etc., etc. Of course, you can change units as always. You can set default transponder also. So every parameter here can be set, and you can add, of course, a new unit. So I can add a new unit. I don't know, MiG-21, for example. So I will set up the MiG-21. So I just add the value, and automatically in my bibliothèque, in my it's not there. Where is it? Yes, I forgot something. I'll be back. So here, this database can be used and must be shared by LotAtc Editor and LotAtc Generator. So you can edit mission for the generator with the same database. And this database, you have default path here. So at this time, I have the default one that is in here, and I do not save the MiG-21 last because this file is read-only on my system and should be the same on yours. So what I advise for you is to go to this directory, take the database, you can copy the file, go somewhere else. LotAtc data is a good way to do that. Paste there the database, then do not forget to remove the read-only. That's important. Otherwise, you will not. And then here you can change that folder. And that's all. Up, and that's good. So now I am now on my database that I can edit. For the configuration, you will find the same things in the generator. So generator, go there, path here, as you see, it's the default one. So I will put directly the same here. So now my generator and my editor share the same database. That's all. It's ended for the database. So you can have only one, or you can have a lot of one. This value can be filled manually or with the database. There's no difference. It's easiest with the database editor, of course. Just a note on the 2.5.0, so the current version at this stream, there's a bug with the default database, and I see that there is trouble with the radar. So if you cannot change the radar value, it's because I put the bad files. If you edit the value you have, you will not have this this value, country number, or we say, but well, just add it and it will work. I will fix that very soon, I hope, to deliver correct files. But well, that's not the most important things. Is there any questions about the database? Is it clear? I hope you understand correctly what I'm saying. So now, once we get our database running, it's the same in the database. It is delivered with the software. If you go once you install the generator, so the base path of installation of LotAtc. If you have selected generator, you can go in generator to file example PDD, and it's here. That's the version installed from the website, so it should work. Yes, the database can be filled by someone else, can be exchanged. There are no restriction on that. To be honest, I have also done a script to get a database from DCS where I can dump all units from that, but I'm not sure it's very legally to deliver this database, but it's working. The crash and profile, Teru, you certainly check this directory here, this one, LotAtc data. The folder of the database here, I just copy it from the LotAtc installation folder. So the location where you have all the app in C program files, LotAtc by default, then generator 2.5 example and BDD. There is here the database and over some example. And what I advise you is to copy paste to somewhere else, anywhere else. I like to have that in LotAtc data personally, but it's only a question of choice. Do not forget to remove the property. Okay, it should be removed. That's it. And that's all. So effectively, you will not have in LotAtc data. You will have in the C program files generator. LotAtc install in LotAtc data, it's all data I need to create, or you have to customize on yourself. So this folder is created when you launch any LotAtc software. I create, for example, if you launch a client, I will create client directory, etc., etc. And it's yours. All the file in LotAtc data will never be written by LotAtc updater. That's the goal. It's a safe place for you, so you can put everything inside this folder, and if you switch from another computer, you can just copy that this folder. It will contain all your license, your theme, your docs, saves, etc., etc. So everything is there. So this folder is never written by the updater. Only this one is written by the updater. So drawing can be used. Of course, you can create and save and the drawing. As the client, a drawing is a separate file. There is no link between the drawing and the mission file. It's base things in LotAtc editor and client, but you can edit the drawing from there. It's the same way that in client. It's useful to build a mission and prepare drawing in parallel. So you have the two files. Then you can load separately the two files, either with automatic loading by LotAtc generator, as you do with with LotAtc server. You can see that in the sorry, you can see that here as you see in drawing, I draw automatically a start. You have here files. For generator is the same way, except that of course there's not save game mode services LotAtc user-db. It's in fact in LotAtc data generator. Yes, and here you can create a drawing directory, and they will be used as the same way. Now, how to create a mission? So now we have a database installed. We can create a mission. So you can create a mission everywhere in the world. There's no restriction for that. Just have the correct value. You will have by default all airports created. In this case, I have only one. And the two balls, so the blue and the red. So you can set that. And I can create a new object. So here I can choose the coalition I would like. I choose what I want. For example, this one. And I add it here. To move, change, or modify, it's the same way than in LotAtc Advanced Instructor module. So I can maintain Alt-K and move the cursor. So I can move like that. And the Alt-K and right-click to change the heading. So I'm French, so I put magic over my country. Generator can have, there is unlimited units. It's I run regularly some test mission with 6, 7, or 8,000 units. The limitation will be the computer, but it's not very CPU intensive. I will explain that in a minute because there's a special approach for the trajectory. So it's not very CPU processive. How it's working is very simple. If you put a unit like that, if you save the mission and run it in generator, the plane will continue in the same way. So it will continue on this way for 1 or 2 hours. So it's very easy to start with a simple mission. You just put like that. I want to put bandits. And now I save the mission. I can create a new territory for the mission. Like that. And test. So if I run this on generator, I will have these three guys on the fly, and they will continue as they have set it. So I can change, of course, the speed, heading, of course, and everything to coordinate here with the altitude. So you can choose MGRS, UTM, or anything else. You can set the status of the unit, the sign number, group name, comment. You can specify a classification. Be careful with the classification because all rules from LotAtc server as the automatic classification will be enabled also for generator. So it's just to a default value. I can set, of course, transponder and a lot of things. You can change also some value. So not the airshares because it's fair, but you can tweak a value, some value. For example, here I would like to have a better clamp spin or not. It will overload the value in the database for this unit only. So if I create a second raffle, it will not be affected by the modification I do here. It's only for this instance there I will modify. So it's easy to create a radar with radar off or something like that. Okay, so it's a simple way to use LotAtc generator, editor, sorry. But you can go further, of course. You can create some orders. So what orders can I create? I can create waypoints. So the goal is to have a separation between the orders and the units. So I can create these waypoints. And now I can tell to the raffle to follow this waypoint, but I also tell the Viper to follow the same way. So they can have a kind of chase or something like that. So I can tell it's Bordeaux because we are over Bordeaux. It's quite here. Oh. Well, and now I can I click on my raffle. Here I have the raffle, and now I can say follow the Bordeaux. So it will follow the Bordeaux. I can also add some orbits. Sorry, in orbits. I can change with the mouse easily. So for example, for me, iWorks could be good. So I can magic orbit. Of course, I can set a lot of value. Like that, and speed. Yeah, can change the clockwise also. And now I click on magic, and I set to magic orbits. So now, if I run it in my generator, we will see that the raffle will go to the 1.1, adapting his speed and his altitude to the one specified here, and then follow the waypoints. After the waypoints, it will stop and disappear. For the magic, he will go and join automatically the magic orbit and follow the orbit until the end of the mission. And the Viper has no order, so he can go further in a long line. For the public version, it's only the 2 orders you can have. Professional are more orders available, like some land orbit follow or something like that. But I need to have limited that for public version because there are some militaries and some clients that use the public version to professional services, and that's not fair. So I have to add some limitation for that. It's not something I like. I dislike. I would prefer to have something full to the user, but yeah, the reality is I was obliged to add some limitation. You can also have complex order. For example, if the raffle is here and I want him to go further, I can add a second waypoint, for example, to be back. For the return, for example. And my raffle is go to the waypoint Bordeaux, and now I can say return. And then I can say go to the magic orbit. So now the raffle will follow the first waypoints, then go to the first point of the return order, go to the second, and then integrate the magic orbit. So you can create complex order and easily do that. And you can change also all behavior. So we see here echo standard optimized and hard, and lot of fines. You can set waypoint, etc., etc. So I will save it. I will launch now LotAtc Generator. I will load my scenario. So I will search its end user. Test. Okay, so the server is ready now. Launch LotAtc client. And as you do with LotAtc client server, sorry, click, select the same way the local server, and pause. And we'll see our contact here, so our magic. And two contacts, because I certainly let automation, yes, for main radar unit only. That's why the friendly here, it's friendly. That's it. So now you can do your job as you want. You can do GCI, but you can also move the units. The trajectory is already computed, so you can speed up very faster. As you see, the AWACS is currently getting the orbit. The Viper is continuing in line, and the Rafale here is going to the order. But I can go backwards. That's interesting. If you want to go back and see what's happened, you can go back, go further, make a pause. That's very easy. That's the first way to use it. So you have planned your mission and you let it running. For example, you are an instructor, you want to work with a student on the phraseology. It's a good way to do. Just create your mission, launch that, and be sure that the student is correctly using the phraseology. With that, you can use SRS if you want, as the same way. If I run SRS here, I can use the radio in parallel. So it's very good. And that's the first way. But of course, you can at any moment go to the instructor module if you have LotAtc Advanced and open this panel, and then you can change the way. So now the Rafale is no more following its waypoints. It goes to this heading, and you can start piloting it. So it's very interesting to have something more dynamic. For example, you can say, oh, this one, yeah, this one, up. I will drag it inside, up. So I have the two. And now we will say the Viper is Imperial. And you can continue to interact dynamically with the units. At this time, you can also speed up. It's not a problem. You can also be back, but it will not be as the time you begin to work with it. You dynamically you break the mission script, and so that can be a pain. So go further in the time has no impact. Go backwards can cause some trouble sometimes, because once you get the manual things on that. It's hard for the system to return. So I was a bit hard on that. Yes. Let's go. So you can use instructor for more things that with DCS, because I have a full capacity here. So you can change everything to right climb. So you can choose the value, standard, operational, or follow. The speed, also the acceleration. You can specify a climb, a rate of turn. So it will turn indefinitely at that. At any time, you can also change its FFF. So it's easy. And of course, it will be affect here for all clients. You will see all the data. So you can drive as instructor 1 or 2 aircraft and make them to help learning. You also that you can enable, disable magic, and all functionality of LotAtc is working. You can also chat. Everything is functional except some DCS specific stuff like TAF. The TAF will not work because it's specific to DCS, but you can do as you want. Sorry. You can pilot it, create bra, etc., etc. So it's very easy. What to say more? So at contrary to DCS, where I cannot have this specificity to pilot, with LotAtc Generator, you can pilot everything. So it's very more easy to. For example, here I got a right turn. If I want the contact to go from the left, here it will do totally different. You can choose right turn, left turn, etc., etc. So the granularity of the drive is more important with with instructor. Instructor has been done for that. I try to do that for DCS, but I mean, there is a lot of limitation I can do. But here you can do whatever you want, and at any time you can also saying, okay, no more radar here. So yeah, radar, and it's off, switch off. We'll lose these two guys because it's the only radar on the mission. Yes, that's it. Then we enable it and you restart the process. So all is dynamic and you can set what you want. That's it. I think I have say a bit thing. So the goal of generator and editor is to help. It's a tool to essentially help learning phraseology and some combats. You can do interception, 2v2 or something like that. As an instructor, you can use B2 pilots and waiting for the controllers to give you orders and apply it and see if it's working or not working. That's the goal of this tool. It's not a game, it's more a learning tool, and it's used like that. The professional version has more functionality and is used every day by the French army to help their students to learn. It's a very versatile tool. It's easy to launch, and it's more easy to use this tool instead of DCS World and Real Pilot, because you can pilot 2 or 3 AI in parallel as an instructor, instead of doing that in DCS. On a generator, you can set everything you have in the configurator. So yeah, all the configuration is the same and the profile is the same. So you can tweak and sorry, misclick. You can tweak everything, automation, radar, etc., etc. It's the same things than LotAtc server. It shares the same simulation engine below, so you can do everything, tracking delay, etc., etc. All the things you will have in the configurator, you will have here, and you can create some profile and then switch them, of course. That's it for the sports. There's more in the tool, of course. You can, if I go back to the editor, there's sport. You can edit some description, the time, mission, etc. that will be displayed in the LotAtc client. You can also specify flight data that will be displayed. Let's run scenario again. Yeah. So client is gray and editor is blue. Here we can have the flight plan. Here it's automatically done with the orders if you have not specified anything, but you can specify manually a flight plan. So airport, and specify the route if you want. Override is automatic. So here, all contact, you can export all in Excel files, so you can have some briefing on it. And that's it. I think I have set everything. You can here edit directly, as you can do in the client also. If you have, you can set everything here with all your contact. There is no radar here, so you will have always all units and everything here. And for each orders, you can have a lot of data, as I said, and you have also all units that use it. So you cannot delete units, but you can hide it if you don't want to see it. Show hidden, so you can work, for example, on my warfare trajectory, and then I don't want to see them anymore. I can hide it. Some useful feature. Is there any question about that? Yes, I see some question. The mission, yeah, you can specify the time. Oh, est-ce que... No, you cannot with the public version. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yes, you can in the professional version, but not in the public version. But there is an astuce. You can set it off, and so it will appear in the simulation, but it will be like that. Up. Yeah, statue. So I have deactivate it. So if you deactivate in editor, it will appear like that. If you go in God view with advanced, you will see that. So you can enable it at any time to make them in the simulation. So you can prepare all your airplane here. For example, you say off statue. It will be in the simulation but not active, so it will not be visible. And then when you need it, you can activate it manually. There's no automatic time. That's a restriction for the public version, but you can manually activate it when you want. As I said, there's some limitation. That's true. You can go in the French army, they use the full version. And that's the complex things. I develop a tool more advanced, but I really would like to have this version also available for public. I know that it's not for everybody. It's certainly for big squadron or GCI squadron that will work and learn to train. So it's not a lot of people, and it's not the tool that will be sold to everyone. But I'm very happy to be able to have the authorization firstly, and then be able to make it available for you, for those who want to try and use it. If you have advanced, you can enable, yes, you can delete activation. At the start, it will be deactivated, so the student has not the God view. So it will be like that. It will never see it. He cannot see it because only the instructor has the God view. And when you have the God view, you can modify it. You can adapt any value. You can prepare as you want. And then when you are ready, just go in there, enable it, and the plane will appear. So here is not appeared because I think we are a bit, oh yes, it's perhaps in radar limitation. But well, that's the principle. You can, for example, in the armies, they prepare a lot of mission. When they use dynamic view like that, they prepare some liners or something like that, and then they can simulate if the student is good and is well in the exercise. They can activate a liner that will go through the exercise, and they must be managed, and instructor can decide to activate or not depending on the situation and saturation of the student. So that's the goal. So that's it. I think I do a root tour of the tool. If you have any questions, let me know. I will be happy to respond to you. As you see, it's very near the standard tool, with LotAtc server, configurator, and the client. The goal is really to have a single interface to work with. and something very easy to modify. It's not a DCS, it's not the goal. There will not joystick and 2D view. That's not the purpose of this tool. This tool is really for training, learning, and phraseology. As you know, it's the key points of the formation, and that's it. I hope it will be useful and enough to demonstrate you the tool. Yes. All tools in LotAtc have the same version of Qt because there are a lot of components that are the same. As you see, editor is share a lot of code with the client. That's the goal. So it's the same version updated. So the LotAtc generator is also with the last Qt. I do not specify, but you can, of course, put a generator on a server, a distant server, and connect as you do with LotAtc clients in LotAtc server. It's the same way. It's the same port. It's used by default the same port here. You can change that, of course, but it's really the same way to set up and configure. So I try to make something really the same way to do. What's next for this tool? We'll add more and more. As you know, perhaps I work hardly on the new engine for the map. It's a very big update I will put. It will be, I can do it for professional because it's important, but it will be bring to the public version, of course, and add some great things. I think for the grids, for example, MGRS, UTM, longitude latitude grids that will appear natively directly. With the new map engine, there's a lot of things also that will be back. The S3 maps, satellite maps, etc., etc. It's a very big update, and working on that since near 1 year, and there's some work again to finish that, but be sure I will show you once it's ready what you can do with the new map engine. And the new map engine will also have the possibility to see the taxiway directly, so no need to have more updates or something like that. Maps will be lighter. Well, lot of good things with that. And as I redo the map engine, I also rework all the visual for the units, for the waypoint order, the scale map, everything. So it will be a big update. But well, it's not yet finished. A lot of work to do again. That's all. If you have any question regarding LotAtc Generator, Editor, or LotAtc, I will be happy to answer. Otherwise, it will be the end of this stream. I hope it will be helpful. Yes, the custom sample is also something I will add. This part is done. I will certainly release firstly the NATO symbols, and then the possibility to add yours. The symbol engine has been done, and so we can load different symbol So it's coming. I know there's a lot of things I have to add, and you ask, but I do not forget them. I have only two hands, so I do what I can. So yeah, the maps. Yeah, the yes, it will be for units, but also for beacons and everything like that. Thanks you for your support. Yes, guys, I see since years. It's very important to me to have your feedback and see that in order to continue to work on this wonderful project. Is there any questions? Thank you to be there. I hope this stream was pleasant and I do not talk too much. It's not easy as it's not my mother language, but I hope you a good night also. And I hope to see you for next stream. I do not know yet what I will do, but I have now all the setup done. I have a big optical fiber now. I have all the setup, so I would like to do more stream in the future. I have in the idea to also to perhaps do interviews with the guys that use LotAtc every day. Perhaps it's something interesting. So I don't know. It's an idea. I have always a lot of idea. I hope to have time to do that. Yeah. If you have some request for streaming, I will be happy to take. It's a good question. It's a good remark. Something around TAF and data link capability could be interesting. Perhaps also on the raw also that the last features. I'm currently also trying to update the documentation. It's a work in progress with more details and on the UI and something that is also downloaded that you can download as PDF. So it's also in in the work in progress in my short to-do list. But I take note for the data link. Perhaps it's the good things for the next stream. Thank you all, and for me, have a good night, and see you later. Bye bye, and happy control. Good night.